What baby name immediately makes you lose all respect for the parents, and why? I was at the pediatrician's office with my 4-year-old son when I heard it. A young mom, maybe 23, called out to her toddler playing with blocks in the waiting room. "Felony, sweetie, come here." I looked up from my phone. Maybe I misheard. Maybe she said Melanie and I just wasn't paying attention. But then the toddler ignored her, and she said it again, louder this time. "Felony Marie," I said, "come here right now." An older woman next to me shifted uncomfortably in her seat. I caught her eye, and she just shook her head slowly, like she'd been sitting with this knowledge for the past 10 minutes and couldn't process it. The nurse appeared with a clipboard. "Felony, room 3, please." The mom stood up, beaming with this proud smile like she'd just heard her daughter's name called for a Harvard scholarship. She scooped up the little girl, who couldn't have been more than 18 months old, happily oblivious to everything. My son tugged my sleeve. "Mom, what's a felony?" I whispered that I'd explain later, but the mom had heard him. She turned back with this defensive look already forming on her face. I tried to be polite. "I'm sorry, I couldn't help but overhear. That's such a unique name. How did you come up with it?" Her whole face lit up. "Right? We wanted something no one else would have. Something that sounds strong and powerful. When I was pregnant, my boyfriend and I kept hearing it on this crime show we watched, and it just stuck. Everyone on the show kept saying it, so we knew it had to be important." The elderly woman beside me made a small noise in her throat. I chose my words carefully. "Do you know what a felony actually is?" Her smile started to fade. It's just a name. Why does everyone keep asking me that?" Everyone. Multiple people had already questioned this woman. "How many people have asked?" I said. She shifted the toddler to her other hip. "The lady at the Social Security office, the people at the birth certificate place, some random woman at Target last week. Even my mom said it was weird, but she's just old-fashioned." The nurse had been standing in the doorway this whole time, and I saw her close her eyes briefly like she was summoning patience from a deep well. "Ma'am," the nurse said gently, "we still need you to confirm the legal spelling for our records. This is the 3rd appointment, and we still don't have it correct in the system." The mom's hands were shaking slightly as she grabbed her purse. "It's Felony, like the word. I don't understand why this is so hard for everyone." I watched them disappear down the hallway. My son pulled on my sleeve again. "Mom, you didn't tell me what it means." Before I could answer, the elderly woman leaned over. "It means serious crime, sweetie. The kind that gets you sent to prison for years." My son's eyes went wide. "That mom named her baby after prison?" "Apparently," the woman muttered. "And according to the nurse last time I was here, the father's in prison right now for a felony." That hit me like a truck. This woman had named her daughter after the legal classification of the crime that put the child's father behind bars. 10 minutes later, they emerged from the exam room. The doctor was with them, and I heard him say quietly, "Ma'am, there's still time to file a legal name change. It's only $435, and given your financial situation, there are programs that can help cover the cost." The mom's face flushed red. "Why does everyone think I'm stupid? It's a pretty name, felony. It sounds elegant." The doctor glanced at the nurse, and I saw years of pediatric experience struggling with the diplomatic response. "I'm just thinking about your daughter's future. First day of school, job applications, legal documents. You're just like everyone else," she snapped, hoisting her diaper bag over her shoulder. Judging me because I'm young, she stormed toward the exit, and as she passed my chair, the little girl looked at me with these huge, innocent eyes. She had no idea that her mother had branded her with a word that means criminal, that every teacher, every employer, every person she'd ever meet would do a double take. The nurse walked back to the desk and muttered to her colleague, "That's the 3rd doctor who's tried." My son looked up at me. "Mom, can people change their names when they grow up?" "Yes, baby. Yes, they can." The elderly woman next to me stood to leave. She paused and said quietly, "That child is going to spend her entire life explaining that her parents thought powerful meant serious criminal offense. And the saddest part, the mom will never understand why everyone keeps asking."